Hi, everyone. I'm going to make sure you guys are all mute. Perfect. All right. And we're just going to wait for everyone to pop on here and then we'll start our meeting. Just get all my notes. So as I talk about every meeting, I always wait till the 20 after mark or the 5-minute mark to make sure everybody knows that we're on. I give everybody a chance to get on. I'm going to post a thing in the group. And then we'll just wait. Danae, I got your message about the tank top. All right, we have about 2 minutes and then we're going to get started. Okay, people are still joining. So just so everybody knows, you're all muted as you're coming in. So hopefully you hear that when you're coming in. Okay, 1 more minute and then we're going to get started. All right, it is 7:20, and since I can't see without my readers on, I am putting my readers on. It's getting worse and worse every day. So welcome everyone to our first meeting of our official shred into 2024. So happy to have you guys here. I always like to do a little bit of housekeeping before I go into what we're going to talk about today. Let me let this person in. Okay. So first thing I want to talk about is something from the previous session. So those that were coming in from the previous to the new, the focus for the last 14 days contest is over today. Today's the 10th. I'm going to go through it, see the top points. If you hit a certain amount of points, what was it, 640 or something? I said 620, 640. Which was it, Stacy? You have it in your notes. I knew you would. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, hey. Okay. I'm on.
Bonnie.
That's okay.
You can
6:30.
6:30. Okay, so anybody that hit 6:30 is going to get something from me in the mail. So if I ask for your address, just make sure you give it to me. If you live locally and I see you somewhere, Orange Theory, UFit, Rock, anywhere of those places that I work at, I will bring it to you to save on the shipping. Okay, so that contest is over. We're going to start a new one for the full, I guess now 7 weeks, because it's going to start Monday. Full 7 weeks of the session. I put everybody in it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Oh, actually, no, I changed my mind for this session, didn't I? I said there was going to be a buy-in, like the step challenge. Okay, so every session, normally we would do an 8-week step challenge or 6 weeks, depending on how much time it is. And everybody does a $5 buy-in. It was $10, but $5 buy-in. And the money goes to whoever gets the most of whatever it is. I'm going to split the money into 3. So the top 3 that are doing the focus challenge. It includes hitting your nutrition every day. It includes doing your habits every day. And it'll probably do something with the workouts. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you guys know though. And then by the end of the 8 weeks, the top 3 points, person that gets the top 3 points, you guys will split it, whatever the pot is for that, whoever joins in and gives the $5. I'm going to go ahead and just add $20 to the pot. So that'll just start it off. And then just message me and let me know if you want to be a part of that challenge. It does help you stay motivated and focused, especially knowing that you could get a big sum of money. I'm also going to do, the person that has the top points will get their next session half off. If you did the buy 2, get half off for the thing, we'll just figure it out going forward. Okay. So that's the contest. There was some kind of glitch with my app on Monday. So you didn't have your to-do list. You didn't have your workouts. Everybody should have all of that now. So hopefully you guys have that. You don't have to do the workouts. They're totally up to you. Hopefully we have all the kinks worked out with what app you're using to track and all that fun stuff. And we're ready to rock and roll for the next 8 weeks. Hold on one second. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in detail, Stephanie, but not today. So the contest will start next week. So I'll put something out about that. Okay. I asked you guys to give me a habit that you wanted. Hopefully you added your own personal habit, not including mine. Maybe reading, maybe washing your hair every night, maybe blow drying, maybe brushing your teeth before you go to bed. I don't know. Whatever it is, I asked you to give me a habit. So I need one habit from everyone. It could be also something you don't want to do anymore. Stop biting your nails, stop smoking, whatever it is. So make sure you guys give me that, and I will make sure that I get that in your app. Okay, so I want to talk about today, day 1 of Shred into 2024, just things that I want you to remember and things that will help you throughout the 8 weeks. And then I'm going to talk about ways to eat more protein. So 2 topics today. So I'm kind of going to run through them both. And let me make sure I'm being recorded before I even start. I am. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. So the first thing I want you to remember is what we're doing is not a quick fix. And with that being said, I'm going to volunteer 2 people to talk about your journey with Orange Theory, your journey with Shred Tribe. That's how you know I'm doing too much. Your journey with Shred Tribe, how long you've been doing it, whether you've stayed on it, lost track, got back on it, went on vacations, whatever the case may be. Just 2 people. If you don't volunteer, I will Shannon tier you. And then we'll move on to the next part of our meeting. All right. Denise liked when I said the Shannon tier. Just wait. You'll be one of those. All right. Raise your hand if you would like to talk about your journey in the Shred Tribe. Danae? All right. Thank you. Whatever you're doing there, can you unmute yourself so you can talk? Okay. So before you start, you have a timer. Danae needs a timer. You have a timer of 2 minutes. You're not unmuted yet. All right, maybe Danae won't be talking. No, you're still not unmuted. And this is why I love Danae. All right, we'll have Stacy start and then you'll go. Stacy, thank you for volunteering.
Sure, no problem.
So So I'm going to give you a 2-minute timer. Go.
Okay, I'm Shannon's sister, and I heard she was doing this for years, and I saw pictures and I was like, yeah, that can't be real. I finally decided to join a little over 2 years ago, and it definitely works. I've lost about 80, 85. I kind of hover between there. I do really well for a while, and then I'm a teacher, so when holidays come up and things like that, I have no willpower, and all the junk food arrives, and the lunchroom is next to my office. So that's been a real challenge. But I plan ahead. I plan on Sundays for the week. I do all my meal planning. I'm not a big cook, so it's pretty simple. I try new recipes when I'm off from school, see what I can learn. Never thought I'd like exercising, but I think once you start doing it, just even a little bit, riding a bike, walking, whatever you're going to do, it kind of becomes addicting because you get used to doing it. But I was one of those people when I started, I said to myself and to my husband, what the hell did I get myself into? Those first couple of weeks, I was like, there's no way I'm going to do this. It gets easier once you see what works for you, because then you just hit repeat and you just figure out how to manipulate stuff, but it definitely gets easier. So stick with it. It works.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And it's not a quick fix. Again, she said she has her hurdles. She's been doing this for a little over 2 years. She's down about 80, 85 pounds, hovering around there. But it's not a quick fix. Who else would like to speak?
I'm unmuted now.
Oh, you're good now. Okay, you go ahead.
Thanks to the 13-year-old.
Hold on.
So
set the timer. You got 2 minutes.
Hi,
Minute
I'm
40.
Danae. I'm not Shannon's sister, but I started, I think, 2 years. It might just be a little over 2 years now. And I was going pretty strong for the whole time until this past December that my children's lives apparently took over mine. But I have to say, over time, I'm not even exactly sure what all the questions were that I have to answer, but since I've started though, I do feel like I've just my mindset and with food has completely changed. And what's important and all of the tips and tricks that come up during these meetings, I use them. Even though I take a 2-week vacation every summer at the beach with my friends and there's drinking involved and all that, I wake up every morning, I try to go walk. I make sure I'm getting all my protein in, only because it's a mindset. Even though I don't track during those 2 weeks there, I'm already programmed to know how much I need to eat. And just how I eat is different. It's not like mindless anymore. And every time I try to, I walk into the kitchen, I'm about to do something mindless and I'm like, nope, I got to stop. And for example, just this past, December, I kind of between my kids' schedule and my entire house was sick for about 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks. When I went to weigh myself, I've only gained a pound. And I kind of feel like at least since October, I haven't gained I've only gained the 1 pound that I just recently gained. So even though I haven't been able to get into the gym, I do try to walk around and stay active. If it means to go around and make everybody's bed, stay active because I kind of feel like I got to keep moving. Even if I don't have my watch on tracking my steps, I try to keep moving. I go to the furthest bathroom at school so I can at least get a few extra steps in. So I go really fast to that bathroom and make it back in time. Overall, I think it's been a huge learning experience for me for the last 2 years. And I do meal prep. I do plan as much as I can. Even on vacation, I meal plan. So sorry. I'm one of those people, but I take everything, I portion it out. I stick it in Ziploc bags. I just emptied my purse yesterday from the weekend and I had 3 tangerines, an apple, and a protein bar at the bottom of my purse. I didn't even know was still in there. So that's been in there for weeks. I just had to take them out because traveling with snacks, which is usually a tip and a trick that Shannon does on her meetings. And that's it.
I love it. Thank you. So once again, not a quick fix. You don't hear it from me. You're hearing it from other people that are not just my sister. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to mute you again.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, my bad. But you did go over your time. So sorry. I really did time you. And that's because I know Danae and I had to sit with her for before class starts and she could just talk. Okay. Unlike me, I never talk. Okay. So I was going to have Cheryl speak, but I'm going to wait and hold that for next meeting because Cheryl always has good stuff to say as well, but I want to get to the nitty gritty. So I don't expect you to change your old habits overnight. Please do not put that pressure on yourselves. Going back to that quick fix, you're not going to change your lifestyle overnight. You just heard 2 years. I've been doing this since I was 34. I just turned 50 and I'm still learning and I still have setbacks and I still have to pull in the reins. I know you're all saying, what? She's 50. Just kidding. Just kidding. So, it's not a quick fix. You need to be easy on yourselves. Don't freak out and message me and say, I fucked up yesterday and what am I going to do now? Should I even bother? Yes, you should bother because this is the long haul. This is a marathon. This is not the 5K, the sprints. So I want you guys to keep that in the back of your head. It's not a quick fix. Okay. I want you guys to think of like a 10-day plan. We'll use 10 days. It doesn't need to be 10 days, but whatever, a certain amount of time. And I want you guys to think about what foods tempt you that are in your house right now. And I want you to get them out within that amount of time. So if you have 7 days to get that temptation out of your house. After this meeting, write this down. You're going to write me if there is something, what it is, because in 7 days, I'm going to ask you if you still have it in your house. And I don't want a reason, oh, well, my husband likes to eat it. Oh, well, this person wants to have it. Because honestly, they probably don't need it either, but I do the hide thing. Mike, can you hide this food for me so I don't know where it is? I literally just did it with, I don't even know where they are. I forgot we even had them. That's the funniest thing. The Ferrero Rochers that have the hazelnuts inside it. If they're there, it's only one. I'll open it, throw it in the garbage. So I sent Mike a text and I said, I'm going blah, 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 blah. Can you hide them for me so I don't know where they are? And I still have no idea. And I forgot about them. Out of sight, out of mind. If they were on my kitchen counter, gone. I'll always be that 240 pound person in my mind. So you always have to work on it. I want you guys to think of easy meals to prepare for yourself that you love to eat. We're only in week 1. Maybe 3 to 5 easy meals that you enjoy and your family enjoys. Because a lot of times I'll hear, well, my family won't eat that, so I can't cook it. But what does your family like to eat that we can maybe change the recipe a little bit that maybe they will like? Or maybe, I know a lot of people do Taco Tuesdays and people are like, well, can I do Taco Tuesdays? Yeah. But do you have to have 2 dollops of sour cream and 2 spoonfuls of cheese? No. You can have 1 thing of sour cream and use it on 3 tacos. You can have a ton of protein in those tacos, a lot of veggies, and whatever your family does, they could still have the same thing, right? There's always things like that. You could do, if you eat pasta, if you have pasta night with meatballs, don't have 3 meatballs and a huge plate of pasta. Have what your portion allows you for your budget. So think about those things that you can eat with your family if you need to do that. And if you don't need to do that, think about meals that are easy for you to prepare, easy for you to log and track. I want you guys to think about, are you drinking your water? Because it's easy to click it off, but are you doing it? What would help you drink your water? Mio drops, Crystal Light. I drink clean, no sugar electrolytes. We have a member in the Shred Tribe that is currently going through all her breast. We have a couple of members now that are going through their breast cancer treatments. And they're doing amazing. And her doctor told her that a specific electrolytes to drink because they're super clean. So she told me, and of course I went out, I bought them and I haven't stopped drinking them. And they're great. So you'll never have plain water in my cup. I always have it. I do 1 spoon in the morning and then maybe another one I just did a few minutes ago, and I'll drink 2 of these for the day or 3 and I'm done. So I want you guys to start thinking about, are you really drinking your water? I want you to think about restaurants that are comfortable for you. that you go to, that you could go to, that you could go with your family to. It could be pizza places. It could be whatever it is. But I want you guys to think about these things. Don't put yourself in a box where you get bored and you're restricting yourselves and then you're not going to do it anymore. If you love going to, I don't even know. Try not to think of a build a meal place. If you love going to, I don't even know names of restaurants. I seriously can't even think of one. If you're going to that popular restaurant, think about what you can have there. Can you get broccoli and grilled chicken and rice or sweet potato? Eat as clean as you can when you go out to restaurants, because that's where they have the hidden calories. Your hidden macros are when you eat out. So you want to try to eat as clean as you can when you're going out. Okay, I want you guys to master one thing at a time. And I've talked about this. What is something you're really good at or something you're really not really great at? And I want you to focus on it for the next couple of weeks. And I'm not just talking about new people. I'm talking about people that have been in the short tribe, because we allow our bad habits to come back sometimes. We get comfortable. We get, I don't want to say it, but lackadaisical, right? I know I don't have to track that. I know I don't have to do this. I don't need to weigh that. That's self-sabotage, which we will talk about eventually one day. But you want to focus on mastering that one thing. So are you going to track that food every single day? Master it. Are you going to hit your proteins? Your proteins, like Danae said, is the most important macro. If there's any macro you're hitting, it's your proteins. Don't ask me to look at your log and your carbs and fats are good, but you're 87 low on protein. Let's flip that chart. That means that that's the thing you need to work on. Protein is the hardest macro to eat, to get down, to figure it out. We all love carbs. We all love fats, right? And I'm going to get to that when I talk about your proteins as well. So maybe trading soda for water, maybe trading diet soda for water. Maybe instead of French fries, when you go out somewhere, now you're going to order something a little bit cleaner. Whatever that is, you're going to focus on. You think about that. Set up your house to be successful. We just went through how many holidays? Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. They say, and Danae, props to you, because they say that from Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve, if you're not New Year's Day, if you're not watching what you're doing and you're not being mindful about your lifestyle, you can gain 12 pounds. How crazy is that? You can Google it. It's insane. But think of all the crap that you're around, right? All the parties we go to, all the events we go to. If you were that person that gained those 12 pounds, well, it's a good thing you're in the program, because we're going to reverse that. We're going to reverse your thought process. If you have all that tempting food, get it out. That kind of goes along with that first thing I talked about. Take away what tempts you out of your house. The learning process of this journey will be the best part of your journey. Don't think about the outcome. The outcome will come. The outcome will be there if you accept the education, the coaching, the knowledge. And going back to what Danae said, she's on vacation for 2 weeks in the summer. I see all her shit that she does. I know what she does. I've known Danae for more than 2 years, so I know what she does. And she said, I remember what Shannon says. I take the little bits and nuggets of what Shannon says and I apply it and I use it every day. That's what this is all about. Your journey may never end. I have people that say to me, I want to be in your app forever. And there are people that have been in my app for 4 years. They're not tracking anymore. I mean, they're not being coached anymore, but they're in the app. And because they say they like to be on the meetings and watch the recordings, and they just like the community. They like the engagement. They like the accountability. All that stuff is going to last forever. But that's what's going to take you to that end result. If you always focus on the end result, it's going to always seem so far away. And that's another reason why I do the 10-pound goal increments, for that reason. When you say life passes you by, your kids grow up so fast. Think about the same thing with this journey. Those 8 weeks go so fast, don't they? Before you know it, not the last one, because you guys actually had 11 weeks. Just because my life got in the way and there was no way I was starting a new session. So I'm like, oh, we'll just keep extending it. So I realized the last session started October 8th. We ended January 7th. October, November, December, 12 weeks. Who knew? All right. So it will also go flying by. So don't be upset with yourself if you don't miss your goal one day, if you don't hit your goal one day. You have so many more days to hit your goal. You have so many more days to feel good. That one day should not make or break you. Embrace the journey, enjoy it. Make your healthy choices your easy choices, right? So let's say you don't have to be like this master cook. I am not a cook. I don't cook. I don't do any of that stuff, but I'm really good at air frying. I'm really good at using the microwave. So I will, for dinner, take a bag of frozen broccoli, stick it in the microwave, take my chicken, stick it in the air fryer, throw my rice. I buy a little cup of rice, I throw it in the microwave. That's an amazing meal. I got all my macros covered. I have my fiber in there to feel full. And it was the easiest thing to do. Don't think into it so much. It will come to you. Eventually, over time, you'll start getting outside the box. I don't, because I like to eat super clean and I like to know what I'm doing, and it's just, I don't cook. So it works for me. But having those things on hand is a great thing to have. One place that's a really good place that if you're an order person, because someone just messaged me privately and said, what if you eat out and order a lot? We do Chipotle because you could build your bowl. And there's a lifestyle category. And you could do romaine lettuce. And I'm not going to lie, that's what I'm having for dinner tonight. I do the chicken. I do the romaine lettuce. I do a half of brown rice. I do extra veggies, light cheese, and salsa. That's it. Oh, half beans, because beans is protein and carbs. And then I track the ounces in the app individually. Building a bowl is a lot easier than ordering something and getting it to your house. Right? And not knowing what you're putting in it. And it tells you the calories, Chipotle's app for everything, which is amazing. So like my chicken tonight's 150 calories, like it builds it up, which is so freaking cool. So we do that once a week. Okay. So now we're going to talk about, because I know I'm going to get shut down. We're going to talk about easy ways to eat more protein. And I do talk about this every meeting, only every new session. Oh, another thing Danae said, she stays away from the food. Like I always say, back away from the food. If there's a table of food, you're at a party, a buffet or anything, she says she hung out away from the food. Like I say, get back away from the food. I'm pretty sure that's what she meant to say. Okay. All right. So plot out your week with more protein foods is the #1 way to do it. So make sure you have in your house lean red meat, chicken breast, fish, cheeses, tuna fish in pouches. Raise your hand if, whether you're old or new, if you watch the video, the Zoom, food in my kitchen. Do you notice how all the older people, not older as an age, but all the older Shred Tribe people raise their hand? That is one of probably the most informative meetings. Oh, Stephanie raised her hand too. That is one of the most informative meetings because I pull the food out of my refrigerator. And I tell you guys, this is what you should have on hand. Having all the different yogurt proteins, different proteins for yogurts is super important to have on hand. I talked about this in our Macros 101 meeting. Protein supplements are fine. Find the one that works for you. Maybe you're a pea protein person. Maybe you're a whey. Maybe you're plant, whatever it is. Find the protein powder that works for you, the protein bars that work for you, and have them on hand. Every single day, I drink a protein shake, and every single day I eat a protein bar, and every single day I have a bag of Crust chips. Every single day. That's the only way I'm going to be able to eat 194 grams of protein. sometimes 175, depending on what I'm doing. But that's the only way you're going to be able to do it. There's no way you're going to be able to eat 12 ounces of some kind of meat or other kind of protein at your meal. So have those supplements available to you. Look at what's in your protein shakes. If it's crap, don't eat it. Don't drink it. Find one that works and that's good for you, that you like. Anything under 20 grams of protein, I wouldn't even bother with a protein shake. 25 or greater. And sometimes I will take, I'm going to talk about this anyway, but I'll just skip ahead. My collagen powder, I add that to my protein shake every single day. Now I just bumped it up another 12 grams of protein. It's not a full protein. Keep that in mind. Collagen is not a full protein as far as the nutrients, but as far as a gram of protein, you get to count it. But it's not the full amino branch. So you don't, it's not, for you guys, it wouldn't even matter. So don't worry about it. So you can count your collagen. Now, I don't know what kind of collagen you use. I use Vital. It's non-flavored. And I put in whatever I can put it in. I'll put in my water if I'm not having a protein shake for the day, because it doesn't taste like anything. It gets jellyish if you don't mix it really good though. So just be aware of that. So treat each drink as a protein opportunity. I already talked about that. Adding the collagen. Adding collagen to your coffee. A lot of people add their collagen to their coffee. Nothing wrong with that. At your meals, eat your protein first. I talk about this during holidays. We're always so quick to eat the carbs and the fats because they're the yummiest. But I'd rather you leave those and maybe not finish your protein or your carbs and fats and eat all the protein. If you get done with 6 to 8 ounces of chicken and you can only have a few pieces of broccoli and a bite of that rice, you're done. But if you eat those carbs and you eat those fats, the broccoli and your sweet potato, and now you can't eat your protein, that's not going to work. So you got to flip the mindset and eat your proteins first. Most important. Make sure that every single meal has enough protein in it. I don't care if you eat 5 meals. I don't care if you eat 1 meal. Doesn't matter to me how many meals you eat, but you need to divide that out, as I talked about on Macros 101 meeting. If you have 125 grams of protein, divide it out with how many meals you eat, and that's what you got to work on. 2 to 3 ounces of protein, you are never going to hit your protein numbers. 6 to 8 ounces at your main meals. And then whatever you supplement it with. What will help is getting in protein before and after your workouts. It's not a necessity. Don't say Coach Shannon said I have to get protein before I work out and after I work out. But it would help. It would help you to get your proteins in. And you won't feel as full trying to get your proteins in all other times because you're burning off calories while you're working out. Don't do it if it makes you nauseous. If you're not the person that could eat before you work out, please do not do that. With meats, go leaner and go bigger. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. And I'm not saying that these things are not good for you. Keep that in mind because they might have omegas and all those other good things. However, 3 ounces of salmon has 20 grams of protein and double the fat of cod, which has 30 grams of protein. So everybody's like, well, why can't I eat salmon? It's good for you. It is good for you. And you can eat it. Not all the time, not every day. And that shouldn't be your main source of fish protein. Mahi's great. Cod's great. I know I'm going to say tilapia and everybody's like, oh, but I like tilapia. I know it's a bottom feed fish. I get it. I'm not judging you. Don't judge me. So any of those are great, but just keep in mind, salmon, is not the top of that list. Here's another one. 3 ounces of and by the way, we just compared 3 ounces of salmon to 6 ounces of cod. Okay, so 3 ounces of a T-bone steak has 21 grams of protein. 21 grams of protein, while 5 ounces of flank steak has 39 grams of protein. You're all waiting for me to say something about fats, right? So if you take And now, so you guys can do the math on this also if you want, but if you take 21 grams of protein and multiply that by 4, because that's how many proteins, calories in a protein, that's like 89, right? 84. So 84, but there's 210 calories in a T-bone steak. So the rest is fat. Now, if you take 39 times 4, anybody have a calculator? $39 times 4 is 156. Where was my numbers, my calculations? Where did I put them? 156. And the 6 ounces of flank steak has 263 calories. Subtract it, and that's how many fats you have. So you have to look at your numbers and decide what works for you. So flank steak is fattier, but you also get more protein. Depends on what you have in your budget. Right? I don't eat red meat, so I don't know which one tastes better or anything. So make sure you guys have the right kind of cheeses in your house. Feta cheese has 11 grams of protein in a half a cup. You could put it in your salads. You can do whatever you want with your feta cheese. Put in your egg whites. That would be yummy. Goat cheese has 9 grams of protein for 1.5 ounces. Cottage cheese has 12.5 grams of protein in a half a cup. You can eat it with fruit. You could put it with your tuna. You could put it, I know this is probably not going to sound good, but my dad used to do cottage cheese in his eggs in an omelet. Whatever you want to do with your cottage cheese. Like I eat cottage cheese every day. I do the flips cup where you take the fruit out from the other side. So I do the pineapple. You could do whatever you want to do. Okay. Think about the bread you're eating, your whole grains you're eating. The Ezekiel bread, I know you guys have heard of it. It's a great bread with a lot of grains, fibers, and protein. David's Ezekiel bread is in the refrigerator section, just so you guys know. If you go to look for it, you're not going to find it on the bread shelf. Instead of having just oatmeal for breakfast in the morning, have some egg whites with it. Have whole eggs with it. Just watch how much yolk you're using. I like to add protein powder to my oatmeal. It tastes amazing. Add a little bit of peanut butter with it. It tastes like dessert. Make sure you have those Greek yogurts. I already talked about that. And I also talked about your protein bars and your protein things, but make sure you guys have protein snacks, maybe cheese sticks. Whatever works for you, turkey jerky. They have low sodium turkey sticks. They sell them at Publix. So if you're thinking about the sodium level, then go for low sodium. I love salt. I never think about the sodium level. So I get the regular short little turkey jerky sticks. They're so good. I love how Stephanie says, doesn't salmon have way better nutrients than fish? We're not talking about nutrients. I already said that. So it's about your proteins, and it's about getting in your macros. You can have salmon. It has great nutrients, but I just want you to think about what you're eating. Okay. So that was our meeting for tonight. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. I'm stopping because I'm going to get cut off. It's been 40 minutes. So thank you guys for coming on. Let's make this the best challenge ever. I'm going to put out some rules for the focus challenge. I'll give you guys some detailed information, and I'll see you guys Saturday morning, 7 a.m. for a Zoom workout. If you're going to be there, I will see you there. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Remember, always be badass, and I will see you in the app. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.